All right, fellas, it's time to pull up a plate. We're gonna get into the big discussion here.
Oh Lord.
So, so the world has received a major revelation with surviving R. Kelly, and in this groundbreaking, news-shattering documentary, people learned that R. Kelly was having sex with underage women.
No.
He married Aaliyah, who was only 15 years old.
Shut
And
your mouth.
apparently, he also recorded a video where he urinated on young girls' faces.
This was done yesterday, right?
This
all came out yesterday, right?
And apparently he was very controlling and manipulative of these women and forcing them to basically be his slaves.
Jeff, you stop right now. I will hear no such thing. That never. No, there was never any report of this. There was never any reports of this.
No clues in the songs at all. Nothing.
No.
January 1st, 2019 is the first time America has heard of this.
It's my first time hearing of it right now.
I imagine. So if you didn't get all of that, double scoops of sarcasm. My problem here is the world's reaction. Not so much the people who wanted to make this documentary, because, I mean, hey, it's clearly it had the effect. But all these people who are now like, wait a second, I didn't know R. Kelly was this bad. I mean, and then I had one of my friends on my Facebook feed posted, I was dancing to R. Kelly in 2017 at my wedding. Now everything has changed. I mean, now I'm going to play Angel's advocate here. Now, you could think R. Kelly is whatever he is, but it's not like you're rolling with R. Kelly. You're posting Facebook pictures of you. Hey, here's me and R. Kelly. We're going to the high school trying to see what we can see. Nobody's doing that. If you listen to R. Kelly, that doesn't make you a bad person. I mean, you like the songs.
R. Kelly makes some great music.
Exactly.
Sorry.
I mean, my whole thing is like, you don't have to feel bad for liking R. Kelly's songs unless the ones where he's saying, it seems like you're ready. You look ripe enough. It's time.
Vibe. Even little Aaliyah's got it. I'm like, ooh, Aaliyah was 11.
Yeah. Yeah, you're perfect.
I mean, you know, he's certainly skeezy, but it doesn't mean you have to be like, I can't listen to R. Kelly anymore. It's just, I don't like him as a person anymore.
Know, my thing, I feel a few ways about it. One, for 27 years, we've known to a degree, even at base level, that R. Kelly had a problem with having sex with underage girls and maybe a sexual predator. We've known about this. Let's not find our wokeness in 2019 after a video surfaced that was playing at every barbershop in 2003, right?
That was like the probably most downloaded video of LimeWire of 2002.
2002, right?
Okay. So what is this video?
Because I'm not at my barbershop. It's the same one that Dave Chappelle was talking about 10 years. 15 years.
Yeah,
15 years ago. Thanks. Yeah, when he did one of his funniest skits and most notable skits.
Yeah.
Man. Like this is something that we've known. It's just, look, when I see people like Chance the Rapper and this person and that person coming out who worked with R. Kelly and made millions, and like with what's the guy from Immature?
B2 gay guy. Not Omarion, the other dude.
He comes out and says he comes out against R. Kelly and then says we're gonna stop performing his hits after our tour. Like, dude,
after our tour. Oh my God!
Wait, they really said that?
Yes.
Yeah, R. Kelly wrote at least 6 or 7 songs of theirs that are big, that are hits,
They're huge.
That it's like, dude, you're a piece of garbage. We're gonna make this money, but you know, I have to have a stance right now.
See, Javon, my whole thing with this is, if you decide, because it's not like this was a secret, because anybody who worked with R. Kelly pre-Dave Chappelle, let's just go there, then you're okay. Or, I mean, because it's like you didn't have eyes and you didn't see that, hey, maybe Aaliyah's a little bit too young for him. But okay, I'll work with him. Maybe that was a one-off thing. Aaliyah's doing her thing with Timbaland, Genuine and Missy now. Okay, whatever, that's done. But people who've worked with him since then, who go, I'm embarrassed
Like Lady Gaga?
Just came out, and the jacked up thing to me was that her fans were awaiting her apology. She doesn't owe them anything. If she chose to work with him, that's her choice. And then she was like, well, I was in a bad place in my life when I worked with him.
Bull.
Listen,
Jeff
you work with him.
Gosh.
Right. Are you going to give back that money you made off that song? Then
Which
shut
song
up.
is it? Which song was it?
Shut up.
Take my body, you can have my body. Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The one that kind of made that album?
You don't have to apologize for working with somebody if the stuff was pretty commonly known. Much like everybody who was like, I didn't know Woody Allen was shady. Who knew? There were no signs. You can decide to work with somebody. You're a grown adult. You don't need to go retroactively going, I didn't understand. And Questlove saying R. Kelly was, we knew he was bad when we worked with him.
Here's another thing, too. Let me speak on this real quick. Let me speak on that, too.
Go for it.
People apologize because we live in the Me Too culture. We live in a culture now where if you don't apologize, then they're going to take everything away from you. You stand with that person. You're evil. You're the devil. You're Hitler's offspring or whatever the case. We live in this culture now. This is what this culture is cultivated. My thing with Questlove coming out, okay, you didn't go on there, whatever, but this is my problem with Questlove from 3 documentaries that I've seen in regards to artists that you were either before his time or he was just starting his career when they were doing their thing. Questlove is not the scribe of black music or culture, okay? Let's stop kissing his ass.
It's been out here. You know what I mean? Like, there were girls at Howard University when we went to Howard talking about how R. Kelly used to roll up to the high school. So we got firsthand knowledge of this stuff. We've known for years that this dude's been doing this. As if the old Leah thing wasn't enough, right? Like for when we were teens. You know what I mean? But then we got all this other stuff. I'm talking about the 5 of us in this whole group right here.
Mm-hmm.
Questlove is out for Questlove. He always has and always will be.
Always will be. And so that's my thing.
People
why
say,
we treat him. But see, Gunnar, that's why I'm like, why do we treat him like the scribe of all things black culture or black music, right?
I have no clue. Oh, you know why? You know why? He crossed over.
I've been in like several arguments this week, man. People are, I don't even know if I want to get involved. You know what I mean?
I can dig it. No, I can dig it. I can dig it.
It's a safe space.
Shit.
You know what I mean? I think that
there's no such thing anymore, man.
It's a safe space. The 5 of us and whoever hears this over the internet.
I feel like, man, you know, I've always been, as I watch these things, and it takes place whenever I watch something like this. Yeah, R. Kelly may or may have not done these things, right? Because I mean, this is all hearsay at this point. We haven't proved anything, right? So they got all these people saying these things against them, right? But then, where the hell are the parents? Like, how do you let your 15, 16-year-old daughter spend nights out with Obama and then not say nothing? And then, so in essence, he was feeding these people. He was giving money to the families. They were keeping quiet that he was sleeping with their daughters, right? And then it allowed him to do what he does. Right, you sold your child. So as you come down and you're saying, R. Kelly did this, R. Kelly did that, but no talk of the parents. Because to me, if your 15, 16-year-old daughter is out sleeping with a grown-ass man, you're just as guilty if you don't say nothing to the police, go whoop his ass, anything like that.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
We come from families, right?
If one of your kids, right, if I caught one of your kids with a 15, 16 with a grown-ass man doing something they wouldn't do, I'm jumping on that grown-ass man's ass. It's not even my child. All these girls, right? And nobody said nothing all this time? Like, all this shit has been rumors for the past 20 years or so? Come on, man. Then you're talking about multiple people coming in and out of a studio looking at 12, 13, 14-year-old girls and not saying nothing. Like, who the hell are these people? Like, how do you go into a studio, see a girl laying in a bed, you know what I mean, and still work? First of all, as you know, if I walk in and I see some stuff that I don't want to be involved in, like if I walked into somebody's house and there was, say, a key of Coke on the table, I'm saying, hey, listen, guys, I got to get up out of here. I forgot I had some things to do today. I'm not going to run to the end of the block and call the cops and be like, my man got some coke, but I'm not associating with that. That's not me. I don't even want no pictures, no films, no nothing in anybody's head that I was even there. You understand what I'm saying?
The Knowles family.
These dudes are going in
Knowles
there.
family has that same take.
These dudes are in there
like, no.
watching these young girls laying in there, half nude, whatever the case may be, and they were still working on the stuff with R. Kelly. Like it wasn't even nothing. So you got people who have come to the studio, seen it. You've got parents who know that their children are with him, and nobody's now all of a sudden this is a big thing, and I'm like, hold on. So the parents never sued him. You know what I mean? All these things. So what happened was when these girls had grown up and they were out of what R. Kelly liked, and it gave them back to their parents, then they were like, oh yeah, R. Kelly, you raped our daughter. You know what I mean? Now the money has stopped. Now no more money's coming in. So now it's a problem with R. Kelly. I can't get into that because I'm like, this is just I hate silly shit. And this is silly to me. If this dude, if this wasn't an agreeable thing with the parents, this dude would have been locked up. He would have been locked, trying to hide it. He's not even trying to hide it.
I mean, like, if you say,
maybe that's my mistake.
If you go with the mentoring art, I mean, like, hey, my daughter is an aspiring singer, and R. Kelly can do for her career like he did with Aaliyah. If you take it toward that sad lens, you're probably going. I mean, that's probably much more what happened. It's like I don't know. She's just very comfortable. Like they'll probably. I mean, some of them might have made excuses. She's just very comfortable around him.
Like, that's what happened with Sparkle's niece or whatever, right? Like that's what she was talking about. Like the whole idea was to be, here, but some of it's just straight money, man. I mean,
But if
some
you
of it
listen
is
to her,
straight up money.
She caught her niece in there, right? Knew something was going on, and still didn't do anything about it.
You let it go.
That's my problem.
You let it go.
Like, oh, hey, what you doing up in here? Oh, well, I'm not gonna say nothing else.
We can't control her, so whatever.
Wild out.
Right.
You gonna wild out. If you really feel some kind of way, if that's not what you're about, you're gonna wild out. Period.
And that's my point. That's my point about this whole thing. So everybody is now, but no one said nothing when this whole thing was taking place. And that's what always irritates me about the aftermath. Like when everything is going on, everybody's like, I'm not involved. I'm not involved. The minute this thing blows up, oh yeah, man, I saw what was going. Nah, dude, you're not involved. You know what I mean? That's what you was. You wasn't involved. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody mad, but nobody ain't done nothing for years. You knew these parents. Right. You knew some of the parents who was pimping out these kids. You can't.
That's my point. I'm like
legally. He can't have no 15-year-old spend the night at his house. That's a phone call to the cops immediately. Right. They come and they get 15-year-olds out of men's houses.
And they lock them up.
Ask Jared. Right. Ask Jared.
You ain't lying.
You know what I mean? He was just viewing porn, young children's porn. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't.
Jared was doing the same thing but Jared wasn't doing the main thing, paying off the parents. I'm with you. You cannot be a parent of somebody and then say you're worried about it now or you're talking this shit now, but you still got some R. Kelly money or at least residuals, some evidence of R. Kelly money, like the car that's in your freaking across from, in your house. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Right.
I dig exactly what you're saying, Chief. I'm just saying I know I can't put myself in that place. You get what I mean? I'm like, I would not react that way.
I understand where you're going from. I get it.
When it was a rumor that he married a 14, 15-year-old Leah, we were like, whoa, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, is somebody in her age bracket? I'm like, yeah, she's pretty, but she's underage. Like that. I mean, but it never was confirmed. So like, okay, maybe that was just a little rumor. And then like kind of after, like kind of like the Dave Chappelle joint, it was like that was pretty much locked in cake to me. It was like, yeah, man, that dude likes little girls. Like if you're gonna, there is no point where you should, if you're an adult, you shouldn't have your teenage girl around this dude. Like he should be in. I mean, like I'm pretty sure you guys could make a credible case that this dude should be in jail, and he's not so rich that somebody couldn't put this guy in jail. Like sadly enough, like Bill Cosby did as much as he did for Drexel, any of those schools he worked for. Worked with. They put him in jail. There's nothing to stop somebody from, putting that dude in jail. Not even. I'm trying not to be loyal. This dude messed with an underage girl. There's strict liability. You can go to jail. There's no whatever. He can go to jail. If this dude. You don't need a documentary to say, hey, this dude likes little girls. There's enough evidence that says, yeah, this guy should be in jail. It's some district attorney in Illinois should just yeah, I'm putting this dude in jail. I don't need my career made on this dude, but yeah, I'm putting him in jail.
No, they charged him with kitty porn and not statutory rape. So I think of a statute of limitations thing or something like that with that particular person on camera, which I'm like, oh God. I don't know the ins and outs, but that's just my kind of guess of why they did that way.
Yeah, I'm not a prosecutor, so why did they decide to charge him this dude? This guy is. This is no revelation. It wasn't. Yeah. It's 2019. Should not have caused y'all to wake up and burn all your R. Kelly albums. If you like to do his music, then just say I ain't know what kind of dude he was. I don't listen to him anymore. Stop. You don't have to. It doesn't tell you anything bad about you as a person if you now say, hey, if you're some kid who somehow magically came up after all that came up, and then you Step in the Name of Love because you heard it at a wedding and you wanted to have it in your wedding, but then you found out about this dude, yeah, you're allowed to say, yeah, it's not going to be played in my wedding or anything like that. But
hold on. But is there anything wrong with listening or playing Step in the Name of Love? Are you a bad person?
I'll say there is. Because it's going to distract from what you're trying to do. If say you're in a wedding and then everybody here Step in the Name of Love, do you think the party's going to keep going?
Yo,
that's literally like your name from Waffle Office.
Dude, even before this documentary, people still gave pause. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this about that. If you play Step in the Name of Love in July after all this shit dies down, who's gonna look? It's the topic of the moment. And that's how we are today. We react and overreact to everything. You think R. Kelly, somebody play Throw Throwing right now in a club somewhere, somebody ain't gonna dance? Come on, man. Let's stop knee-jerk reacting. You don't gotta. His music isn't the devil. His music didn't do this. He did, right? So if we're gonna turn a 20-some-year blind eye to it, I'm not saying turn a blind eye to what he did. I'm gonna say punishing the music ain't gonna do nothing. If you play the song, it's not like he gets a dime per every song that gets played of his at some party or whatever. If you dance to it.
Now, if you're using a Spotify playlist, he is.
The fact that streaming, on Spotify, he's now getting more money because of this.
Okay, but he's already paid. He's already been paid.
No, he's not. No, this is new money. Streaming is new money to him. So him streaming
is new money. Great.
Yeah. So,
but does that change anything? Does it change anything at all? No, it doesn't.
Does it change anything? It's now okay.
It's a knee-jerk reaction to something that you've already known. And for those who didn't know, now you know. Now what are you going to do with it?
Now that's the thing. Is now that you know, now you're streaming his music. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. It's now that you know that you're streaming his music, you want to hear the R. Kelly catalog. Unless you say I wanted to listen to the music to the songs to see if I caught any clues. Like Gunnar said, Aaliyah's got it. It's I peeped that now. I'm thinking. When I heard that when I was a kid, it's that's somebody he's actually working with. Trying to put him on talking about all the damn public announcement. But now you hear it, you're yo, that was dirty. Whoa. That's a revelation.
Yeah, it's foul. But does that make you a better person for not listening to his music? It's all a knee-jerk reaction.
No, it's not just making a better person or anything like that. And I can hear what you're saying because a lot of people are well, I'm declaring that I'm not listening to. That's one thing.
And that's what makes them full of.
When we make a personal choice. Hold on. When we make a personal choice. Sure, but some of us have made that personal choice since we saw a video of him pissing in a chick's mouth And then
Oh,
was like,
that's
let me
great.
delete this before. Hold on. Let me delete this before the cops come because this is technically kiddie porn. No. So
Right.
no, I mean, I think that's okay to say. You know what? I don't think I want to participate in this guy's music after seeing that. After
and I'm not
seeing that,
against
dude,
I'm not
my
against
thing was
either of
like,
them.
yo, I think I'm good. Like I'm
Oh,
really
no.
good.
And that's
Now,
the thing. I'm not against that. My thing is this: for those who have known for years, don't act like you're, now all of a sudden I don't want to hear his music. His playing his music is the wrong thing to do, or what have you. You've been doing it all this time, and don't let this be your revelation that this guy is who he was. That's all I'm
there's
saying.
two sides of that coin. Yeah, there's two sides of that coin. It was just like I've always been like, I'm kind of good on his music, and then my wife is like, I've been good on his music forever. We don't play R. Kelly in my car, and then there's some songs that she doesn't recognize. I'll change the channel for her, and she'll be like, "Why'd you do that?" I'm like, "That's an R. Kelly song," and she'll be like, "I didn't even hear his voice." I'm like, exactly, because there's a principle behind what we're saying versus just knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
No. Versus the knee-jerk reaction because we were like,
Exactly.
I'm done. Now I'm hearing some people that have definitely played it at their wedding before, and I'm just like, and there were 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 of us that were just like, yeah, we ain't doing this because some of us have been on this tip for a long time. I'm like, I'm not dancing to this crap. Like there are some songs I boycott just because they're bad. You know what I mean? Like I just
some songs you boycott because they're bad. Some songs you may really enjoy.
Hold on, my question is this: do you watch Woody Allen movies anymore? Do you listen to Michael Jackson songs, knowing all the shadiness with him?
Let's touch on the Michael Jackson thing because I was really like because now there's going to be a documentary a Sundance documentary out
on Michael Jackson
from the two guys. From the two guys I forgot their names that sued the estate after Michael Jackson died, saying that he touched them as little boys. The court threw all that out. There was no real evidence. The first the first accusers were, the dad kind of put him up to it, and there's too much evidence against that one, unfortunately. The first extortion, and then it turns out the dad killed himself because that's what happened. And then Jordan's is like, I'm just here. I didn't want to do this in the first place. The second kid, and that one will always leave a question mark for me. That one will always be that question mark from Michael Jackson. However, let me throw this out there, and I'll probably get crap for saying this, but R. Kelly's music is not the hill for me to die on. Michael Jackson music, maybe. Because Michael Jackson actually did some humanitarian things. There were actually things that he's doing. What the hell has R. Kelly been doing? Like, come on, man.
I dig it. But at the same time, if I like the music, I can divorce the person from the music just for the music's sake.
I say that too. However, here's the apples and oranges. They're both in the same fruit section, but Michael Jackson and R. Kelly are in the same fruit section because they got that question mark or real evidence. But one's an apple, one's an orange because R. Kelly told himself, and he was bold with it in his music. In his music. That's the other reason why I'm like, well, if this dude can totally brag about it in his songs, or even just be like, seems like you're ready, I'm good. Yeah, I'm talking about chicks. I don't care. You know what I mean?
I dig all of that.
I'm good on the music. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson it didn't branch into.
I wonder if we started reading into Michael Jackson's lyrics.
If you start reading into Michael Jackson's music,
reading into it, no. I'm sure you can read into anything. No, you can read into anything.
If you're looking for anything, you'll find something there. But the thing is,
but it seems like you're ready. You ain't reading into nothing, dude. I'm sorry. That's a real
very sadly.
See, you can interpret.
Hold on. It seems like you're ready could just be a dude talking to a lady. It seems like you're ready.
Sure, but I can read into it the other way. My point is, there's no real doubt in my mind that 12 Play and a couple songs on that album were definitely about that. That's just how it is, and there's no way around that one. You know what I mean? So when you say divorce the artist from the songs, I can't do that with R. Kelly because he's been telling on himself. You know what I mean? Look, that's just how it is.
No, that's not every song, and I'm not defending the guy. What I'm saying is this. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like he's the devil when I've been listening to his music since 1991. There are songs that I like, and I'm going to like them. Whether or not you dig it, he digs it, she digs it, or whatever, I don't give a shit. I've been listening to this music. I'm not going to all of a sudden act like I don't like his songs because of what he did. I've known about that since 1993, 4.
You made a decision, like everybody else. Like you made an actual
I'm not a fan of it
versus the knee-jerk reaction. Yeah.
And I'm going to own the decision as opposed to having a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah. And I dig that. My thing is, I'm sitting here like, I can't divorce R. Kelly thing. On the Michael Jackson side, you know what I mean? I'm just like, well, there's a question mark. And Bill Cosby, let's throw him in there. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I know exactly what good these people did, and I know what terrible things these people did.
These people.
Okay. Hold on. Like,
you know what I mean? And hold on. I dig both of them. You know, I can see both sides, but I can't sit here and be like, I'm gonna just ignore all the good that Bill Cosby did.
Right on.
But I can't ignore the fact that he really had a fucking problem.
Right on. Right on.
You can't ignore either one. And I make a decision to be like, well, you know, this is where Bill Cosby stands in my head. This is where Michael Jackson stands in my head. But unfortunately, with R. Kelly, this is where he stands in my head on this one.
Where you stand in my head also. Oh, yeah, of course. Right. Of course. Like I said, I'm going to probably get in the car and bump Gotham City for the ghetto. But
see, that was a terrible song. That's the other thing. His music is the hill to die on. It's not the greatest stuff that he's consistent. He was always inconsistent to me anyway. Well, so why am I dying on this hill?
That can be said about anybody.
Michael Jackson was consistent since he was 5 years old.
I didn't buy Dance Floor. Dangerous was not my favorite album. His greatest work to me as a solo artist still remains to be Off the Wall, but it's all interpreted by what you like, right? I'm not going to down the hill of Michael Jackson because I do. Off the Wall was his greatest work to me, and I'm not going down, like you said, R. Kelly's hill. But there's songs in both of these guys that I really like. I'm not going to stop listening to their music, though. That's just the point. Because
as you should.
Exactly. The Susie's Got Your Number is nobody's favorite song. No one's.
That's a good point. That was quite a terrible song.
Yeah.
All right. So that's enough for the R. Kelly thing because I think we can keep going on and on about this. But I know
we'll have more because there's a Michael Jackson documentary of two people that are. Could have happened. Who knows?
It's coming.
But I had this interesting question for Jace. Jay-Z's 49 years old and Beyonce's 37. When did they start talking?
Well, the Foxy Brown conundrum also came.
Foxy Brown's the real one. It's like Foxy Brown was probably 17, like generously, like, and I said, like I said, 17 generously, like I mean, it's like now. I mean, if you want to say, oh yeah, it's acceptable for certain people to date younger women, but
maybe that's why he and R. Kelly are so cool.
Hey. Wait, I just got to do the math. Hold on. What was the math on that? Jeff, we were trying to, right? Like, Crazy in Love was 05, 04, 05. So let's minus a year or two.
She's 23. She was 23.
So minus like I said, that's right. We came to a conclusion that there was like a 5-year cushion that he probably could have met her or whatever.
So he probably met her at 18, 17 or 18.
Mm-hmm. Just throwing it out there. All right.
Yep.
So, fellas, it's that time of the week. Who's your nominees for Dummies of the Week? Jason, start with you.
I'm going to violate my rule, but I'm actually going to say the Dummies of the Week are folks that got 800,000 people not getting a paycheck this week. So that's the Dummies of the Week for me.
Okay, you were real quick with it. All right, Gunnar, how about you?
Same. There's you don't need to explain it. It's right there in the news, man. I mean, there's 800,000, well, that they're counting, 800,000 people affected by this, plus the government contractors that are actually, like, not working for the big boys or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are cats that are actually affected, and they ain't getting no paycheck. Period for one pay period, which can throw off your entire thing unless you had the 6 months of savings that you're supposed to have that no one ever has.
And no one ever has.
Like no one's had since the Clinton era. You know what I mean? Like, come on, let's be real.
The caveat that the government contractors who've been paid for the fiscal year but told their employees to go home so they can't collect the paycheck, that they won't also be reimbursed for them too, right?
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. The government contractors who either work for the big boys or they don't work for the big boys. That, yes, the company has been paid, but the employees have not. You get what I mean? Because, I understand why. Because their bottom line will be screwed if they just throw that money out there because they already spent it. So et cetera, because nobody knows how to count money anymore. But yeah, it's just all a clusterfuck because sorry, Jeff, it's just a clusterfuck because people need their money, man, and you just screwing it over for a wall that's not even necessary, that can be cut through, digged under, flown over. Speaking of flying, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like PSA is like deuces. I'm just like, if you can't see that blatant issue that, okay, this is like, you really just caused your own destiny here because PSA is just like, yo, we out, man. You ain't paying us, we're done. Calling in sick or just like deuces. You know what I mean? Like, there's nobody else. There's a meeting, he's walking out of meetings. Here's a plan, no plan. I want a wall. I want this wall that's pointless and no reason. You know what I mean? I'm like,
all right, Chief. How about you?
Well, I'm going to go with the guys. And not just the fact that the 800,000 people aren't working. The words after, like, most of those people are Democrats. The problem is with this is all of those people are Americans. You know what I mean? So you got Americans, you got 800,000 Americans out of work. You know what I mean? And there's no statistics saying if they're Democrats or they're Republicans or whatever. They're not working. They're not rich people. They're not working. So to make a statement like that is idiotic. To put them out of work for a wall you said Mexico would pay for, again, is idiotic. Like you said that Mexico was going to pay for this wall. Now that doesn't happen, now American people have to suffer.
You lie about it.
Well, just this whole, and then the dummies are the people who are out of work or the people who see this and still support this cat.
Still support this jerk off.
This cat hasn't spit a fact since he walked into office. Like, they want to change you. Now you've got it. You've got change now. You've got a whole bunch of, like, just this cat, man, just now, I was just looking at today, the troops are pulling out of Syria, right? Or the equipment. The equipment is pulling out of Syria. So didn't like some months ago we bombed Syria after they gassed them? Now we're pulling out? Like,
Vladi got mad at that.
Does nobody see this? Does nobody see this? Like nobody sees this. Nobody, like, yo, it's just this dude is amazing, man. And the people, man,
who support him are terrible.
If somebody told me a long time ago, or I saw in a movie, he was like, a person is smart, people are stupid.
Yeah.
And once you get you get a crowd of people believing something, they all turn to just idiots. And now you're sitting at home without a paycheck. For those of them who voted for him, for what? He knows you guys aren't millionaires. This doesn't hurt. This doesn't hurt. Who does this hurt? Just you guys. You know what I mean? It doesn't hurt like you. It hurts the American people now. Think about this. Now you're getting on a plane with people who don't even check people anymore.
You don't even know who's here.
Right.
Javon, you got anything to add?
Oh, me. I don't have dummies because right now we got too many damn dummies walking around. I got heroes of the week. I got 3 heroes. All right. I got 3 heroes of the week. One is Irene Ivak. I hope I'm saying her last name right, out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who saved the toddler, the bus driver who jumped off and saved that toddler like any grandma would, right? Big ups to her. Big ups to Vincente Fox for addressing number 45, Orange Chicken, in his wall, and only the way a real Mexican man would. And the third is, I think it's Dale Hansen out of Dallas, the Dallas sports media, for addressing the NFL. He's fantastic. And he not only addressed a big problem in the NFL, several big problems in the NFL, he addressed it from the perspectives of a person who's benefited from a long-standing set of privileges and speaking very blunt and candid about it and honestly, about it. And I applaud all 3 of those people. So, yeah, I'm not doing dummies. We got too many dummies walking around right now. We need some heroes.
I've got the song stuck in my head now. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the end of our special look at surviving R. Kelly. And we've got a lot of stuff coming up because we're just doing a whole bunch of shows now. I'm trying to keep them shorter so you have more time to do other things instead of just listening to the show all the time. But if you haven't already, please subscribe to the show on iTunes and anywhere else that you're listening. You can check out the YouTube channel on Facebook. That's Lyle's Movie Files LMF. And always, please check out lylesmoviefiles.com for all the latest updates. I'm super behind on my action figure reviews. We're in the middle of a move, and I've got all of my figures, including the new ones, to review boxed up. Hopefully, that final move will be knocked out and accomplished very soon so I can start unpacking. I figure the studio, the camera, and the figures are going to be one of my first things to unpack. And as soon as I do that, I will start posting the figure reviews. So if you're wondering where they are, that's where I haven't posted any lately. So that'll do it for me on this episode. Thank you as always for listening. This episode of Lyle's Movie Files has been filed.